Hey everybody, welcome back to Gooseberry Homestead. Reba here, and I'm kind of doing a little bit of a review of a product, and it's non-sponsored. And also I got some of the Baker Seed or Baker Creek Seed Company seeds, the Tamarillo and the blackberry or black goji berry seeds, and I planted some other seeds I just happened to have in the house, and I kind of wanted to get planted. So besides that, this is kind of a review for these little planter trays that you see in front of me here. They are like a thinner plastic. They're not as sturdy as the my little dome ones that I have for starting seeds in. However, it did come with some of that cocoa core or coconut core expandable dirt with this seed pack. It came with 3 round sections of it. We'll see if the box shows it. Yeah, it does. So this is, I'll turn it around here. I got my recycling up on the table. But so here's what it looks like. You've got a the little growing tray, and it's got a decent amount of room for the seedlings to get started, but once they get started you need to remove the dome because it's not very tall. So but it's a doable option if you're wanting to start something a little bit more controlled environment, and it's a really nice loose medium that comes with these growing trays, so it's easy for the seeds to germinate and poke through that the soil. So definitely make sure that you're not using topsoil because it's too heavy and it makes it too hard for your seedlings to get germinated. It can happen, but it makes it very, very difficult, and a lot of times the seeds just don't have enough strength to get through to the top of the soil. So don't make the mistakes I've made in the past. So anyways, it comes with these 3 cores like this, and you add 2 cups of water per core section, so that, you know, it's going to be 2, 4, 6 cups of water. And it comes with a little bag that you can use to expand the dirt in, and I used the bag, although I don't have it outside with me right now, but it's a nice sturdy plastic bag that came in the kit, and you drop these little round discs into that bag and you add your water, and it doesn't like slosh around and like tip over or anything like that, you guys. It pretty much expands pretty quickly, so you're not going to make a huge mess. I did this on my dining room table right inside the house, and just I got to sit, and it was very relaxing to do. And so if you're just getting started and you don't know what to buy, this is probably a really good option. I did notice that it was a little bit hard to pull these black trays apart, and that's probably the only downfall I'm seeing so far with these trays. And I did crack one of that's the part that I cracked when I was trying to pull them apart. So then I was trying to be really, really careful not to break them, because these thinner plastics tend to be you know, easy to break. But with the bottom tray, it actually really stabilizes the trays really well. Now this is a 20 cavity seed cell, so you got rows of 5, and in retrospect I probably should have planted my stuff in the rows of 5 instead. I was going across like the 4 cells across the top. So I'll show you guys what exactly I planted and that sort of thing. So in this top row right here, I put little toothpicks in each section that I planted these ones in on this tray. And I planted the Tamarillo dwarf, and you know what, I feel another seed in there. So I'm gonna after I'm done with the video, I'm going to make sure I double check. I thought I had gotten them all, but I feel another seed right here under my thumb. So I'm gonna get that out. I did notice that there's a nice sticky tab on the top of the Baker Creek Seed Company, this part right here, and I noticed a bunch of the seeds on the Tamarillo were actually stuck to the adhesive, and so yeah, I was like, oh wow, so I had to like gently remove them. But yeah, so we'll be watching these. It's gonna take about, I think it said here, 8, wait, let's see here, I can't remember how many days it's taking to germinate, but So 8 to 12 weeks before last frost. So you want to do it when it's a little bit warmer. So I'll be keeping it in the greenhouse, on the lower shelves down close to the ground. That way they don't get too hot, because it is starting to get really warm in the greenhouse now this time of year. So the most part, I'm going to have it down. Oops. All right. So the other one I planted are the black goji berry seeds, and my thing just dropped, so you guys got that angle. But what I did, and it was really great angle, because on all the places I planted the black goji berry seeds, I actually colored the tip of the toothpick a black color, so I know those are the ones that the goji berries were planted in. This is what the package looked like from Baker Creek heirloom seeds, and yeah, it's cool. And so I guess they don't have, like, this one has its own label, you know, with the picture and stuff. So it just depends on what you're going to get. They also sent me a thank you for my order, or rather for my sister's order. All of these items were purchased by my sister, at least these right here and the seed trays. She was wanting me to grow some of these out for her. So, I'm going to go ahead and get these started, and that way we can have some established plants and that sort of thing. And so, yeah, I'll be able to send her some plants, and probably keep myself some plants, and probably even share some more plants, or even sell a couple plants. We'll just have to wait and see how it goes. I did plant more than one seed per cell, just for on the off chance that one might not be viable. So I just planted everything. And in this row right here, I had gotten some of these Better Home and Garden bok choy, and I tried bok choy last year and it didn't succeed with it, so I decided to go ahead and try again this year. So I have 4 cells with about 4 seeds in each cell approximately. And then over here in this seed tray, I planted some of those sugar pumpkins, those little sugar pie pumpkins, and I planted a 1 in each section. So I've got 10 of those planted, which is plenty. And then in this row here in the middle, I planted actually poppy seeds. I had the mixed up. So I have poppy seeds planted in this center section here. And then in this section on the edge, I have some lavender planted, and it's a German package, and it said Lavendel or something like that on the label. And from the looks of it, it looks like English lavender, which is the kind that you use to make teas with, because when I was doing the word translation with the mirror, like online, it was like if you go to Google, you can get like a translator, and then you can like use your phone camera, and it'll kind of like translate the words that are written from another language into another language. And so I kind of caught a few words here and there, which basically was saying that it was going to be a like an edible version of lavender, which I think most of them are, but certain ones are better than others. So yeah, so that's that. So far it was really easy to open this box up, to get this started. The only struggle I had with the seed cells were the initially getting them apart. I'd probably have to say that was the hardest part of putting these together. And then you just put the lid on top, and it has like a little vent, and it's tall enough that I was able to stick my toothpicks in there, and it looks like it like clip. It might there. I don't know if it doesn't like secure down, so that would be cool if it did, so it doesn't like fly away. But it just kind of sits on top. So yeah, and then it has these little sections here where you can move this for the vents, but I will be leaving it open. So that's how it's all looking, you guys. I'm excited to see how long it takes for these things to germinate. I wager to say it's probably going to be close to a month for the Tamarillo and the goji berries, but I will keep you guys updated on the progress of all of this. I'm excited for the lavender. I want to plant some of them around my trees. And I went and I took a look at the soapwort today, and I've got about 3 of the flowers opened on it, and they are a pretty pink color. So I cannot wait to show you guys when more of the buds open, so you guys can see how beautiful it is. And it's cascading down out of the pot. I love it. I cannot wait to have it in my cottage garden when we get our homestead one day. I cannot wait, you guys, to have this planted in and around my cottage garden, because it's absolutely beautiful and it survives the cold winters, which is really nice. And then just having the beautiful flowers. And so yeah, just can't wait. I would love to have a little garden shed, kind of like the garden shed I have right now where I keep my tools and that sort of thing. I would love to have one that's like insulated and that has some windows and that sort of thing, so you can see during the day inside and have a little bit more light. But I want to have it all decorated so that it looks like a little German cottage. And then have like the planters on the side and like the cool little window shed type shutters on the sides. And I want it to look like a little German cottage. So I can't wait to have a little German cottage, and then have kind of like an English style cottage garden around it. So that's my dream for that. And then to have a really nice greenhouse that has the vents that open and lets out everything out, but big enough that I can have some of my tropical trees in there during the winter and to be able to start seeds. So I'm kind of wanting a little bit bigger than normal greenhouse, and I think it's totally doable. So with that being said, this turned in a little bit about some of my dreams that I have, as well as reviewing this kind of product. Now, this wasn't something I needed to review or anything, but I thought I would go ahead and share it and that sort of thing. And again, it is called Window Garden, and it is 20 cavity seed starter kit. So it comes with everything you need to get started except for the seeds. And really easy. Something this would be perfect for you to plant things with your children, because it has a really easy diagrams and easy to follow instructions, so that your kids can help you do it. And because it's the coconut core, it doesn't make your hands all dirty, and you don't get like all that dirt under your fingernails, which is really, really cool. So very pretty easy to clean up too, and that sort of thing. So it's a definite definitely a really great item for people with young children, and easy cleanup and that sort of thing. So anyways, you guys, thanks for coming along. Comment, like, and subscribe, and click that bell button. And as always, have a wonderful